What's up, Tweener Heads? Welcome back to another Tweener Head Tennis video today here on our channel. And if you are new to the channel, hey, how's it going? My name's Phil, and this is where we talk about tennis in a more casual way for you guys to find out what's going on and off the court, as well as just to have fun with the sport of tennis itself. Now today we have a very exciting interview with under 18 champion of the United States, Katie Volynets, who is now participating in her pro tournament in Prague. She had a wild card into last year's US Open where she played Bianca Andreescu, now the US Open champion. So it was really fun to talk to her about her experience and what it was like being one of the top juniors on the circuit and now becoming a full-time pro at the age of 18. Now I hope you guys do really enjoy this video, and if you do enjoy this video, make sure you leave a big like on it, as well as making sure you're subscribed to Tweener Head Tennis. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing lately. So make sure you go hit that subscribe button, as well as making sure you leave a like on this video. And I hope you guys do enjoy this video and enjoy my conversation with Katie. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you feeling?
Thank you for having me. I feel pretty good. A little bit jet lagged from the flight, but happy to be here.
How was the flight during COVID? What was it like? Talk us through this experience.
So I had pretty much 5 full rows to myself on the flight.
Okay.
It's very empty. Not very many people are flying here from America
Okay, good.
because of the restrictions. And yeah, so I got to sleep a little bit by laying across the row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was
Was it
fortunate like that.
was it a direct flight, or did you have to take multiple ones?
I had a connection through Amsterdam.
Okay, so that's not terrible.
Yeah,
Are
it
you,
was pretty smooth.
okay. Are you
Too
traveling with
long.
anyone?
No, I'm alone to this tournament.
Oh, wow. So you flew what, 10, 12 hours by yourself?
Yeah, 10 hours for the first flight and then 2 hours for the second one.
Dear God.
Yeah, so because of coronavirus, all of the scheduling is really last minute. So right
Mhm.
now it's hard to have a coach go with you to every one of the tournaments since everything's so quick and
Yeah. And I feel like it's very weird during this time. Everything's not normal. 2020 is officially the weirdest year we've ever had in our
for
lives.
sure.
It's so what made you decide to go to the tournament in Prague, just because it's the only one available to play?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think, yeah, there aren't very many tournaments at all. And for the rest of the year, there's not much left in the US. And I miss competing so much. So I'm just going to jump at any opportunity that I get
Oh, wow.
to get more matches. So
So what's
me
the
and my team decided that this was the best solution for now.
nice. Is that what's the schedule looking like after Prague?
Everything's kind of up in the air right now, but it's possible that I stay here for a couple 25Ks afterwards too.
Okay. Kind of just to keep it safe in the same area.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
and we talked about this beforehand, but I wanted to get it on the record that the COVID test, you've done both types. You've done the nose and you've done the throat. And
Correct. Numerous times.
numerous times.
Yes.
How many times are they checking? Do they do it once beforehand and then once during the tournament?
So it depends on the tournament, but in Cincinnati it was every 2 days
Oh,
was
wow.
when we had to get it tested, yeah.
And what is it like there?
The test?
Yeah.
Just the nose poke.
The nose poke is terrible. If you guys haven't seen it already, I took one myself and I posted it to my channel. I posted it to Instagram, and just my thumbnail is just me crying because there's no
Literally
other.
feels like it's going into your brain.
I can't imagine doing that 2 days, every 2 days, just making you feel uncomfortable because I couldn't feel my face for the rest
Yeah.
of the day. I can't imagine playing tennis after you do something
Clears
like
up
that.
your sinuses.
Let's just say that for sure. When is your first match?
I think either Saturday or Sunday.
Are you playing qualies?
This tournament is a replacement for qualies of US Open, so it's just one main draw.
Oh, fantastic. So that's
Mm.
good. Good for you. And we're speaking to the under 18 national champion in the United States, competed at last year's US Open against the
champion Bianca Andreescu. Can you talk to us about that experience?
I was really thankful for that experience. That was my first main draw of the US Open, so I was super excited to experience that, and obviously I was hoping to win, and so I was not happy that I lost, but I think I was able to use that experience of playing in front of the energy and in front of the crowd to my advantage. And I actually really liked practicing there for the week leading up to it, because I got to practice with a handful of players from the top 100 and test my level there. So that gave me a lot of confidence.
That's amazing. What did you take away from practicing with the top 100? It's a very rare occasion that for someone of your experience and your age has those opportunities to play someone. Who did you practice with that kind of gave you the most confidence?
It wasn't really one specific player. It was a combination of having those type of practices every day and having that consistency with being up there with them. That gave me the confidence.
Which one stood out the most? Which player?
I practiced with Ostapenko, Cornet, and Brangle, and a few others. I honestly couldn't pick one because I feel like I remember matches a lot better than practices, so I can't really pick out that detail from a year ago from the practices.
No, for sure. I feel like Ostapenko would be, for me at least, when you hit with Ostapenko, it's such a different pace because she hits just as hard as the men. Was she like that, or was it kind of like easy for you?
I mean, the intensity was definitely there. It was a really good practice.
Yeah, and you played, like I said, you played Bianca Andreescu. You remember, like you said, you remember more of the matches you've played. What was it like? What did she do differently that you haven't experienced before?
It was, that's a tough question. I'm trying to think back to the match.
Because it was a good match for wildcard US Open entry. You played the US Open champion. She was on a hot streak that year. There wasn't that much to be mad about after maybe losing the match.
Yeah. I mean, I always want the best results, so that's why I was not happy with that. But I mean, I did feel that the level was there, especially especially in the second set.
Have you decided not to go to college? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Decided to turn pro.
Just because of the momentum you've been having, or was it it was always the dream?
It became the dream at about the age of 16, I think. Before that, I was more just aiming to keep on improving steadily, and it was actually a big choice to make between going to Stanford or turning pro.
Oh, wow.
And both options are obviously amazing, but I couldn't imagine myself passing up the opportunity to go pro. Yeah, so after coming to the US Open, after hard courts, practicing with those players and seeing where my level stands, and then playing against Bianca and seeing again where my level stands, that helped us to make the decision to go pro. And we've been really happy with that.
It's amazing because you've beaten Shelby Rogers this year. You've beaten Monica Puig this year in qualifiers as well. I mean, it seems like you have the talent. It's crazy to think how at such a young age you watch these players grow up and then all of a sudden you beat them. Was it kind of a shock there, or was it just, wow, I can do this?
It was more like a wow, I can do this, because I was working so hard beforehand, especially during coronavirus, during the quarantine, and just imagining what those experiences would be like when I come back. So I was really happy with that.
It's amazing. And I have to give you a lot of props for doing what you're doing, to travel by yourself, to go to a tournament that's so far away right now. It's very impressive. I did my research, and your Instagram you can play Pirates of the Caribbean on the piano.
Yes.
I got super excited when I saw that because how long have you been playing piano?
Oh, I've been playing piano since I was like 6, I think.
Okay. And can you play any other theme songs?
No, but I'm learning Hedwig's theme song
From
from
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because I took lessons from like 6 to 11, and then then I stuck with tennis and school and singing and yeah. And so after that, it was kind of me just maintaining my own skills, trying to
Mhm.
maintain it. But with my teacher, we would always go over those classical opera or Mozart songs, and
Mhm.
so it was kind of earlier this year that I started to go online and print out sheet music from whatever I wanted to
Oh,
play.
wow. So what's been your favorite piece to play that you like?
Pirates of the Caribbean is one of them for
Okay.
sure. Like
Yes.
right
Good.
before I left, I sat down and played that. It gives me such an awesome feeling inside.
I was thinking to myself, this might be my next walk-up music. If I ever play a match, I'm just gonna play Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah.
every time I walk onto the court.
No, it gives you like such a triumphant feeling. It's awesome.
Yes.
But it was
That's
funny. I don't know if you saw, but when I started that song, um, I was playing it so slowly because you have to reach really far with both
okay.
hands the whole entire time and
Okay.
keep doing this. And I wasn't like practiced yet and like moving them that fast.
Okay.
Uh, so I was playing so slowly.
I
It
was
was,
wondering why it sounded like more of a classical piece than an upbeat tone because it was of
yeah,
the pace you were playing at.
yeah.
And you bake as well, or is that just a hobby of yours?
That's a hobby of mine.
That's a what
I
can
can't
you
think of my own recipes, but I like following others'
what's your
recipes.
what's your favorite thing to make?
I make banana bread a lot, but I don't think that's my favorite thing to make.
Hmm.
I think that one's just like a go-to because there are always bananas in the house.
Fair
Uh,
enough. Classic tennis player move to always have bananas in the house.
yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Have to have them for
Oh,
practices
yeah,
too.
100%.
But I like cookies too. I like
Cookies,
chocolate
chocolate
cookies.
chip. Do you have Girl Scout cookies? Have you ever
I
had a Girl
love
Scout?
Girl Scout cookies. I love the mint ones.
Okay, I
Oh,
was about to say the favorite Girl Scout cookie would be the mint ones, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And the second favorite would be the coconut ones. I think they used
Ooh,
to be called the Samoas or something,
the
but
Samoans, yeah, those are always the best cookies.
uh,
What's the
I
is
didn't
that
get any this year. I
why
missed out
not?
on that.
Well,
I think
COVID.
it was
Well,
gone the
well,
whole
COVID's really interrupted everyone's weekly schedule, and I've
yeah.
been eating like crap because I can't go outside that much. So,
Yeah.
mac and cheese is a very go-to thing for a non-athlete of your standards. What's the do you have a routine before you play?
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty basic. Just make sure to get all my stuff ready the night before
Hmm.
and then do my warm up, listen to music, and then I'm on.
Pre-match meal?
That depends where I'm at because sometimes places don't have the same thing, but I like to stick to an omelet usually if I have an early match or
Mm.
if I play later, then I'll stick with plain pasta.
Oh, plain pasta.
Mhm.
Wow, that's very surprising. It doesn't.
Really?
Well, for me at least, if I have something, I think when I was playing tournaments, my pre-match routine would be something very simple. I wouldn't want to eat that much, so it'd probably be like a bagel or just oatmeal in the morning, and that
Yeah.
was it.
I was thinking more like, let's say I play at like 3, then I would eat that at noon,
Got it.
and yeah,
Okay.
definitely with enough time to digest it
Of
because
course.
that's definitely
It,
not
if you
good to eat right
if you
before
don't,
going.
it's a huge problem. I think
Yeah,
any tennis player can relate to that. It never gets good after like if you play the next hour, you're done.
yeah.
No way you play
No
this game.
thanks.
Well, I also want you said like if it depends on the time of the day when you play. What
Mhm.
what's been the latest you've ever played?
I think in Mexico, in Acapulco, I went on at 8 p.m.
Okay.
both for both matches,
Hmm.
and they started their matches late in the afternoon, so that wasn't even the latest that I could have gone on.
Is that different? Is it different playing later in the day than just waking up and playing? Because I've always been a
It
morning person.
definitely is. Yeah, it definitely is. You kind of have to adapt your sleep schedule around it because
Hmm.
you don't want to wake up too early and then have a lot of time to kill. So
Hmm.
you gotta go to sleep later, wake up later, and then even nap sometimes if it's,
Okay.
you know.
Is it so? What time would you usually wake up if you played at 8? Could you like sleep until like 11, or are you not?
I would try to get about 10 hours of sleep
Okay.
because I feel like that's best. And then,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. 10 hours is solid. 10 hours is solid. I don't think I've slept 10 hours for the
Yeah, I
past
think
week.
that would be the most I would get.
Okay.
Beyond that, my body would automatically wake up.
Okay. Fair enough. So, all right. How do you? I also have to ask you. You have the famous look of the visor and sunglasses. How do you play with sunglasses on? I feel like I could never do that.
So my eyes are pretty light, and my parents always had me play with sunglasses ever since I started.
Okay.
So then I played with sunglasses not from Oakley, just some random sunglasses.
Hmm.
And so then once I got some Oakleys, that was even better because they're such good quality, and it was it's just so normal to me, like I don't even
Okay.
know anything but sunglasses.
Are they your sponsor? Should we shout them out in this video for the sponsorship of Oakley, or should we just try to
I'm
get
not
that going?
sponsored by Oakley.
We're gonna try to get that rolling. So if you're watching this, this would be a great sponsor opportunity for one of the best up and coming Americans. So Oakley, let's get that going, please. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. U18 champion. Talk about that run because it it's one of the most prestigious things you can win as a junior. What was your mindset going into the tournament?
So I hadn't played any juniors that year, I don't think,
Oh wow.
and I was playing all pro tournaments.
Hmm.
And once you go back into the juniors, the atmosphere is different again because there are a lot of juniors that you haven't seen in a while
Hmm.
who are wanting to catch up, and there's a lot going on because the draw is 256. And
Oh wow.
so the mindset going into that was to stay focused on myself and on my game and what my coach and I were working on going in there.
Hmm.
And I remember every day we would play the match and then have a practice after to continue working on the things.
Hmm.
And so I feel like the fact that, the way that the tournament was scheduled was with one match a day, was really good because I could go out and practice with my coach after, which really helped.
Oh wow. So it was a longer kind of routine than you would play for a
Mhm.
pro tournament, right?
For sure, yeah.
Was that hard or was that kind of realization like, oh, I'm going maybe back a step to play this after playing so many professional tournaments?
It wasn't. I mean, it was a change just because juniors are so different from pros. But
Hmm.
as you go deeper and deeper, the matches are getting more and more similar to what I had been playing,
Hmm.
um, level wise, and so it's a good build up in my
Good.
opinion.
Was there one match in particular that really stood out for you that you
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, it was definitely the final for me.
Against
The
Emma, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I felt like the whole tournament, all the things that we were working on, um, came together because I was really excited, and I think that the work that my team and I put in during the tournament and before showed through in that match.
I love that. And as soon as like a game plan working together is like the perfect formula, especially when you can
Sure.
execute it like that. And I think one last thing I want to ask you is in terms of coaching for you personally, are you more of a everything has to be perfect? What kind of coaching strategy do you prefer? Because I feel like there's so many nowadays.
Well, my personality is that everything has to be perfect,
Okay.
but I think that my coaches and my team are really good at um, putting my focus towards the right things
Yeah.
and expecting things to not always be perfect
Okay.
and being able to find ways even if things aren't completely perfect, because it's rare that everything's perfect. Very
Was it
rare.
was that always like you, or was that like something later on once you knew like around 16 you said you wanted to become a pro? Like did it start when you started competing more, or was that always you?
I think that perfectionism was always in me. Like when I do art and color things, everything always had to be inside the lines, and
Oh wow.
yeah, it's
So,
just I
so
think it's a part.
never outside, never try to draw anything
No,
else.
always really like
Got it.
straight, coloring the same direction.
So art, piano, baking, tennis, I feel like the list goes on and on for you in terms of talents.
I feel like I always need to be doing something. I'm just
So
energetic, so
so
I
how do
need.
you keep busy when you're by yourself?
I like to make bracelets actually.
Really?
Yeah, like
What
if I'm traveling and I don't have any homework or something, then
mhm.
I'll either read or I'll make bracelets.
What do you use?
I use string,
Okay.
like the macrame string.
Okay. Do you wear them while you play too, or no?
I don't. No, I only wear wristbands.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I really appreciate you joining me today. Is there anything you want to shout out before we leave? Besides Oakley giving you a sponsorship, which should be the number one priority of this interview.
Um, no, I think that's it.
Well, go follow her on her social media. She does a lot of cool stuff, especially with her piano playing and her baking. It's really fun to go see those things. So make sure to go check it out in the link below. So, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. I really
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
Good luck this week at the tournament.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.